So meditation to repeat the prerequisites for developing sati until the stream of sati or mindfulness becomes samadhi. In terms of the way that we sit, there are lots of different alternatives that you can choose from, depending on your shape of your body, your health problems, perhaps. But there are two points to give primary attention to. One is maintaining a straight back. So if you're starting to lose mindfulness, you'll notice there right away, you lose that straightness of your back. And if you start to get dull and sleepy, then start to nod. So the bringing your mindfulness back to your posture at regular intervals is a good check to see how mindful you are being in the present moment. Other very helpful factor is keeping your body still. So when you first sit, maybe just sort of wriggle around a little bit until you find a suitable posture. But then try to maintain that without moving as best you can. Because once you get into that habit of just moving at every little discomfort, then it becomes a habit, and it is an obstacle to developing mindfulness. And just being able to sit with that little discomfort, that desire to move, letting it go. We find that the need to move disappears by itself in most cases. When we look at the body as we experience it, you can see it's a cause of continual discomfort. Let's take the very obvious needs of the body for food, for drink, for rest. Because we have such easy access to food and drink, that we very rarely consider that we're trying to remedy suffering of the human body. If you're ever in a position where you can't eat or you can't drink, that's probably worse. And you can just see how painful the body can be. You're not doing anything to it. You're not mistreating the body. But when the body wants food, wants drink, and you can only see it when you don't give it what it wants, just how much suffering that can be. And then once you've digested the food, there's desire to go to the toilet. And again, you don't. In Thai, actually, there's kind of Buddhist influenced idiom, the blot tok. So it's, and that's what it is. And again, it's only when you can't get to a bathroom that you really realize, oh, this is really awkward, this is painful. So we have a body which is naturally a source of pain and discomfort. It's just its nature because of it, the needs for air also. You're in a place where there's no fresh air or shortage of air, then you realize the craving for air that we have, the craving for oxygen. And it's in movement that we see the suffering nature of the body most clearly. How impossible we find it to sit still for any length of time. Why is that? Why can't you just tell your body, just sit still for half an hour? What exactly is it that stops you doing that? If we sit for some length of time, then we can experience pain in our back or in our legs. And meditation is probably the best means by which you can study pain, the nature of pain. So why? Well, because it's voluntary. You can study the pain that comes from sitting on the floor for as long as you want to. So you always have that knowledge that if it becomes too much, you can stop. It's not like the pain of a terminal illness. And the value of understanding pain is that it expands our horizons incredibly when we lose our fear of pain. How many decisions we make in life are guided by a fear of pain, whether it's physical pain or mental pain. We just react. We don't want that. So it means our life becomes very constricted, narrow, because of our fear of pain. So understanding pain, studying pain, should be a part of any comprehensive education. So when we look at pain, you get a pain in your arm, your leg or your back or hip or wherever. When you look at the pain very closely, you will see that there are two things going on. There's the physical pain and there is the mental pain. The physical pain we can't do very much about. That's a function of the physical organism. But the mental pain is something that we create unnecessarily on top of the physical pain. It's when we are afraid of pain, we resent pain. I don't want this pain, go away as quickly as possible. We go into panic mode when we experience pain. And one teacher gave an equation, like a maths equation. He said suffering equals pain multiplied by resistance to pain. So the more resistance you have, the more aversion, the more fear and so on of pain, the worse it gets. So when you're mindful, the mind doesn't create all that extra mental pain. The body is the body just as it was before, but the subjective experience of pain is very different. This is one of the most important lessons that you can learn from meditation. and it's very liberating. Just know when that you are experiencing pain, that you can significantly reduce pain by being mindful, because a considerable amount of the subjective experience of pain is created out of craving, and we can abandon that craving. So when you're meditating and you experience some discomfort, then don't change your posture immediately. Don't just try to get away from it. Be patient with it, look at it, and you can learn really important lessons from pain. Of course, if it's too much, this is not intended to torment yourself unnecessarily, but just to develop some patience, an ability to look at things that you don't want to look at, be with things that you don't want to be with, just for a moment, just for a while. Then when it becomes too much, you put it down, it's okay. So meditation is a vehicle in which we learning about our life, learning about our body, learning about our mind, not as a philosophy, not as a psychological theory, but we're looking at the raw data of our experience of the body, our experience of the mind, and learning how to abandon unwholesome, negative mental states, how to cultivate positive mental states, how to make the mind more clear and bright, sharp, wise. Again, we just keep coming back very patiently to the breath, just one breath at a time, just one breath, one mindful breath, and then start again. One mindful breath and start again.